We have great news for Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. The games have received their first patch since they released, and what a historical move that is. Game Freak has released a patch that actually fixes some performance issues in their game. This has literally never happened before, as they've only ever provided fixes to game-breaking glitches in the past. However, I'm happy to say this update patch fixed even more things than I expected. Aside from the obvious glitches and features mentioned in the patch notes, I've taken it upon myself to test a few known issues and see if they've improved. Like I said, there was way more fixed than I expected them to fix. For one, NPCs now finally have a fade in and out effect when coming onto the screen. Their render distance has also increased quite dramatically, and the only times they'll sometimes pop in without a fade now is when they are so far away you won't really notice it. Their refresh rates have also gotten a noticeable improvement, no longer getting so choppy as 2 frames a second, allowing for a more cohesive visual experience. A lot of fixes were to what I call flickering issues, where characters, textures, and shadows would flicker in and out. For example, the shadows cast by landforms and underpasses no longer flicker in and out, not even in battle, something they did all the time prior to the patch. I'm shocked they tackled this one so quickly, but it makes sense since some people can have seizures from these kinds of effects. It's a shame though that these kinds of flickering effects were not fixed in indoor spaces, such as at the academy. This is still a health hazard waiting to be a lawsuit. It also makes me wonder if cutscenes that suffered from these issues and more were fixed, but currently I have no way to test that. Please provide feedback in the comments if you have any info. As for the shadows, they seem to have added a fade in and out effect for those as well, as prior to the patch they simply popped in and out with no fade. The first cave we enter in the game also infamously changed lighting abruptly with no transition, but now when entering and exiting the cave we have a slow change to the different lighting and atmosphere. As for the overall performance, it seems to be about the same. So unfortunately, we still have to deal with the headache-inducingly inconsistent frame rates. But for a first patch only 2 weeks since release, this isn't half bad. With the sheer amount that needs fixing, Game Freak has much more work to do, but they just made history. They're showing they actually listened this time and are going to improve the game's performance further in upcoming patches, as they said in an official statement on their support page. It's sad that the bar is so low that we have to get excited for our first ever performance patch in the history of the most profitable game developers out there, but I'm still happy nonetheless. How about you guys? If you're also excited, why not celebrate by sticking around the channel for more videos, such as this one where I discuss my top 3 favorite things about Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. I've been Johto Jonny, enjoy.